Starting off this workout with some muscle ups. Beforehand, I just did a little bit of warming up with no kipping, so bending my feet behind me just to kind of ensure that I'm ready for the muscle up sets that I'm going to be taking seriously. So this is a good little warm up just to make sure that I'm nice and warm. And yeah, once the warm up is done, getting straight into the sets. So with the muscle up, my goal is still to be able to do 6 to 10. Um, 6 to 10 every set. This workout I managed to get 5 per set, I believe. So that's 2 there, 3, and I'm trying to use minimal leg swing as well. That's 3. Yeah, so I only got 3 on the first set. I think I need to warm up a bit more. Anyway, that can be used as a warm up. So 2, 3. I do look kind of explosive, so I'm happy about that. 4, and then I think I got 5 here. Yeah, actually, now that I see it on camera, it does look quite good. 6. The leg drive is not really there, so that's good. That means I'm using more of my body strength. Actually got 7 reps there, with little to no effort. I tried to get the 8th, but that's fine. As you can see with these muscle ups, I'm doing them quite clean. Um, I learned kind of a technique that I'm actually happy to share with anybody watching. So the technique basically is to look at the bar before you pull. As you can see on the reps, I'm looking, my head kind of tilts up a little bit, backwards, sorry, and I'm looking at the bar basically before I pull up. This is basically going to help you to see the path that you're going to pull on, and it's just a little tip that can help you to, I guess, scale that bar and get more reps, because sometimes when people do muscle ups, they just look straight ahead. But if you actually look at the bar, it's like gives you a target or like an aim for where you're trying to pull your body weight towards, and it's like kind of setting you a path for what you need to do, and you will feel like there's like kind of like a brick wall, I guess, and you need to get over it, because it's going to be hard for you to look at the wall and not try to um, or look at the bar, sorry, and try not to get over it. So it's a good little tip. Move straight into straight bar dips. This is one of the most underrated exercises, I believe, not just for muscle growth, especially for chest, but for muscle up and improving your muscle up. Because um, me personally, I have no problem with the pulling part. It's more the pushing. But the fact that I know that I probably won't be able to push on a certain set on muscle ups makes me not want to do the pull at all, because obviously once you pull yourself over, you have to push yourself up to complete the muscle up. So for me personally, this has really helped me a lot. This exercise here is kind of the reason why I think I'm progressing on my muscle ups finally, because what I was doing before was just relying on pull strength, but I was neglecting the pushing element of the muscle up a little bit. But that's the thing with these straight bar dips, because if you do it properly, you'll get the benefit, which is basically to bring your lower chest to the bar. So essentially, this is basically going to help you to be able to dip out from the muscle up, because in the muscle up, once you get your chest over the bar, you're going to be at a very deep dip position. And if you can't push your body weight or dip from a very deep position, then basically what's going to happen is you're just going to pull yourself up, you're going to get over the bar, and then as soon as your chest gets over the bar, you're going to come back down underneath. So it's really, really important to work your straight bar dips, as you can see me doing them here, with your lower chest touching the bar, because it's going to transfer to the muscle up. Then I moved on to pike press ups on a deficit. So part of my training is also to get the handstand press ups for reps. I can consistently do 1 rep or 2, but I want to be able to do 5 at least, and that will be like a record for me. So 5 is my goal. Working the pike press ups can help me to do that, because it's basically a regression, which means an easier version of an exercise compared to the one that you want to unlock. And so if I'm struggling on pike press ups, then I can't really expect to have a good number of reps on handstand press ups. So basically, I'm trying to master the pike press up. As you can see here, I'm keeping my legs completely straight, and I'm going onto my toes at the bottom just to take the weight off my legs and place it more on my shoulders, my triceps, basically my upper body. So the point of pike press ups is actually to pretend as if you're doing a handstand press up, as you can see at the bottom position, my back is basically adjacent to the floor, which means it's a right angle with the floor, or vertical, however you want to put it. So if your back is basically vertical at the bottom of the pike press up, it's similar to the position that you would be with the handstand press up. A common mistake that people make with the pike press up is they treat it as its own movement. Although it's a movement in itself, the whole point of it in a way is to eventually use it to unlock the handstand press up. So you should practice the pike press up as if your feet are in the air and you are doing a handstand press up, because that's kind of the point of doing a pike press up. The pike press up itself is still a good exercise to do for your shoulders, but if anyone's serious about calisthenics and progressing onto a handstand press up, then it's good from an early point to start off and finish the set as if you're already doing the handstand press ups. That's just what I'm doing here. I'm trying to maintain as much of like a straight legs position as possible and go onto my toes at the bottom of the movement. So basically, the more I lean over, the more I place pressure on my shoulders. And in this set, I actually done a rest pause set, which means you do as many reps as you can, and then instead of stopping the set, you pause for a brief moment, and then you do maybe 2 or 3 more reps. This is really helpful because you get like a small amount of extra reps when you do this. So I wouldn't advise doing it all the time, but here and there it's good, especially if you're just trying to really go hard. So you do as many reps as you can, and then usually that's when you finish the set. But with the rest pause, it's in the name. So you rest, you pause, and then you do a couple more again. So it's like a little mini set after your main set. It's a really good technique to fatigue your muscle and gain strength. So yeah, pretty much with the deficit pike press up as well, compared to the normal pike press up, with the deficit you can bring your head below your hands. I feel like this is really useful for the handstand press up training, because with the handstand press up, on the floor, which is my goal at the moment, I'll only be bringing my head to the ground, which is going to be a little bit higher than my hands. So by having experience and reps under my belt of deficit pike press ups, I'm going to be building an excess of strength. And that basically means that the handstand press up on the floor will be a bit easier. With that being said, I did move on to pike press ups on the floor as a back down kind of exercise. So with the deficit, my head is going past my hands. So basically, it's going to be harder than what you see here, doing it on the screen with my head just coming to the floor, which is basically where my hands are situated. So yeah, this is just a good little way to really blast the shoulders. And in general, I would say the pike press up is a really good exercise, even for people who don't do calisthenics, because you're kind of building shoulder strength in a way that you probably don't with weights, because with weights it's kind of a case of holding the weights, move it up and down, but with pike press up you're using your core a lot as well. As you can see, I have straight legs, and this kind of works your core, because if you bend your legs, then I guess your core is just not active. Anytime in calisthenics where you straighten your legs, you're going to activate your core. And for most people, when they try pike press ups, they can't really do them. So I guess it's a good exercise in that regard. I just finished off with some handstand press up negatives. The main thing is to start the negative from a straight handstand position. As you see on screen, I am fully straight. I don't have a banana back. This is important because eventually when I do the handstand press up, I want it to be clean form. So I'm just working on straightening my handstand before I start descending. That rep, I think I rushed a bit, and yeah, I did get 1 rep of it, but it wasn't the cleanest looking rep. So I think in general, yeah, trying to balance yourself first is really important anytime you do handstand press up negatives, because eventually you want to clean up the form. And if you get used to doing bad form in your training, then when you're doing your actual sets and you're going for personal bests, you might be disappointed when you do more reps than you've ever done before, but the form is really bad. So then you won't be as impressed, I guess, with yourself as you thought, because you haven't used as much strength as you thought. So in this set, for example, you can see I'm moving my feet. I'm just trying to find the right spot before I start to descend. I don't want to have it arched back. Here, I guess it's a little bit arched, but I managed to straighten it out towards the end, and that's when I started descending.